Are pushy vendors the reason why cruise lines are now embracing private destinations for a lot of their cruise itineraries? Let's get into this. Now, honestly, two of the biggest complaints that I see in my comments and my DMs are, hey, Mandy, vendors are just way too pushy now. It makes me not want to cruise. Whenever I go to visit a certain country, I'm just not left alone. People don't know how to take no for an answer, whether people are talking about pushy taxi drivers in the Bahamas or vendors, or people are complaining about how St. Kitts has had to enact a law because vendors have gotten so pushy. I am also getting people in my comments complaining that they hate private destinations and they just want to visit the ports. So to this, I have to say, what do you want? What do you want? And I just know somebody at home is watching this and they're going, it's not that simple. It's not that simple. Honestly, I get that because it really legitimately is not that simple because I'm literally in the same boat with you. See what I did there? See what I did there? Like you, I love to cruise and I love to go to all of these ports and I love to actually visit the ports. But I have also been quite the fan of private destinations lately because I don't have to deal with pushy vendors. But as my grandma used to say, you can't have it both ways, guys. And some of my bisexual friends insist that you absolutely can, but that's another discussion for another day. Staying on topic. If you don't want to deal with pushy vendors, you're going to have to accept that private destinations are going to be the choice for you. And simultaneously, if you don't like private destinations, you're going to have to accept that you may have to deal with some pushy vendors. This is the trade-off. This is the trade-off. I think that vendors have always been, I wouldn't say pushy, but enthusiastic about, trying to make a sale. I think that now, though, cruisers are starting to feel nickeled and dimed. We're starting to feel the fatigue because the cruise lines themselves have already been pushing us before we even get off the ship. Want to take a picture? Want to try one of our signature cocktails? $19 before the gratuity. Do you want a tip on top of the tip? I think a lot of us are literally getting off of our cruise ships feeling that frustration anyway. And so when a vendor adds to it, our heads are ready to explode. But at the same time, when you go to some of these private destinations, and I'm not going to name any names, but you know who you are. The days of the all-included private destination are sadly coming to an end. Back in the day, these private destinations, you could use your drink package while you were there. There was a buffet where you could get whatever you wanted to eat. And now, you're going to be paying for them drinks. And you get a coupon for some food. But if you want something fancy, you're going to have to pay for it. And so this has left a lot of cruisers feeling like the private destinations aren't a value anymore either. At the end of the day, you could always just choose to stay on board and take advantage of your drink package there and the buffet there. But I'm kind of empathizing with the cruise lines because nothing that they do is going to make you happy anyway. Are you a fan of private destinations or are you a purist who just wants to get off in the old traditional ports? As always, you can let me know in the comments.